The San Francisco 49ers have done it again. In Week 7, under the bright lights and roaring crowd, one man stood head and shoulders above the rest, Christian McCaffrey. The 49ers star running back didn't just play a good game, he owned the field. Every touch, every move, every cut felt like poetry in motion. And as the final whistle blew, there was no doubt. Christian McCaffrey was the undeniable MVP of the 49ers' Week 7 victory. The build-up. Coming into this matchup, all eyes were on San Francisco. After a couple of shaky performances earlier in the season, fans wanted reassurance, proof that the 49ers were still a dominant force in the NFC. The Falcons were scrappy, hungry, and unpredictable, but the Niners, they were on a mission to silence any remaining doubt. And leading that mission was number 23, Christian McCaffrey. All week long, the talk in Santa Clara was about how McCaffrey looked locked in. Even Kyle Shanahan mentioned during his press conference that the energy around McCaffrey felt different, focused, intense, and motivated. He was tired of almosts. He wanted results. And when game day arrived, he delivered in every possible way. First quarter, setting the tone. From the very first snap, McCaffrey made it clear that this was his game. The 49ers' offensive line opened just enough room, and McCaffrey burst through the gaps like lightning. His first carry went for 12 yards, the next for 9, and by the time the first drive ended, he had already racked up over 40 total yards. The Falcons' defense knew they were in trouble. They tried stacking the box, putting 7, even 8 men near the line of scrimmage, but it didn't matter. McCaffrey's vision, footwork, and balance were on another level. Then came the first touchdown. Midway through the first quarter, the 49ers were in the red zone. On 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line, Purdy handed off to McCaffrey. He faked left, cut right, slipped through 2 defenders, and powered into the end zone. Levi Stadium erupted. It wasn't just a touchdown, it was a statement. Christian McCaffrey wasn't just playing, he was dominating. Second quarter, all-around excellence. By the second quarter, the Falcons adjusted. They tried blitzing more, forcing Purdy to throw early and closing running lanes. But that only opened up McCaffrey's other superpower, his versatility. On a crucial 3rd and 8, Purdy looked for options downfield, no one open. Then, out of nowhere, McCaffrey leaked out of the backfield, caught a short pass, and turned it into a 27-yard gain. It's what makes him so dangerous. You can't stop him with one player. He can run between the tackles, catch from the slot, and even line up wide. Later that same drive, McCaffrey caught a swing pass and juked 2 defenders before diving out of bounds near the goal line. On the very next play, Shanahan called his number again, and boom, touchdown number 2. The 49ers sideline went wild. Deebo Samuel was the first to greet him, pounding his chest, shouting, "That's the MVP right there!" And he wasn't wrong. By halftime, McCaffrey already had 112 total yards and 2 touchdowns, a stat line most players dream of by the end of a full game. Third quarter, pure dominance. The second half began, and if the Falcons hoped McCaffrey would slow down, they were sorely mistaken. The 49ers opened with a play-action fake, and Purdy hit McCaffrey in stride on a quick dump-off. McCaffrey cut left, spun through a tackle, and exploded downfield for 35 yards. You could feel the air being sucked out of the Falcons' defense. Every time they thought they had him, he'd slip away. Every time they tried to gang tackle him, he'd drag them for extra yards. And then came his highlight moment, the play that'll be replayed all week on NFL Network. On 2nd and 5 near midfield, McCaffrey took a handoff, bounced outside, and found just enough daylight to accelerate down the sideline. One Falcon defender had an angle until McCaffrey stiff-armed him into the turf and kept running. 52 yards later, he was in the end zone. Touchdown number 3. The crowd went crazy. Purdy threw his hands up in disbelief. Shanahan just smiled, shaking his head, as if to say, "That's why we traded for him." McCaffrey wasn't just playing football. He was performing a master class. Fourth quarter, the finishing touch. With the game all but sealed, most running backs would have taken it easy. But McCaffrey? He wanted to finish strong. Late in the fourth quarter, the 49ers were driving again. They'd already built a comfortable lead, but McCaffrey still ran with the same fire as his first carry. He was bouncing off tackles, extending plays, and chewing up clock. On one particular play, he even blocked for a Purdy scramble, showing that he's not just a star, but a team-first player. When Shanahan finally subbed him out with 3 minutes left, McCaffrey jogged to the sideline to a standing ovation from the 49ers faithful. Fans chanted, "MVP! MVP! MVP!" as he smiled and hugged teammates. And the numbers? Insane! McCaffrey finished with 178 total yards, 3 touchdowns, and countless broken tackles. It was one of those performances that reminded everyone, he's not just the best player on the 49ers, he's one of the best in the entire league. Post-game reaction. In the locker room, the atmosphere was electric. Players were laughing, celebrating, and spraying water bottles like champagne. But when McCaffrey spoke, everyone listened. "We're just getting started," he said calmly. "We've got bigger goals ahead." That's McCaffrey in a nutshell. Humble, focused, and driven. Even after one of the best games of the season, he wasn't satisfied. He's not chasing stats, he's chasing a championship. Reporters asked Kyle Shanahan about McCaffrey's performance, and his response said it all. "He's the heartbeat of our offense. Every time he touches the ball, something special can happen. You don't coach that. That's just greatness." Teammates echoed the same sentiment. George Kittle called him a machine, while Fred Warner said, "You can't game plan for that guy. He's different." And fans? Social media exploded. Twitter, or X, lit up with messages like, "McCaffrey is him." "MVP race isn't close anymore." "CMC just put the league on notice." The bigger picture. This game wasn't just a great performance, it was a statement to the entire NFL. McCaffrey's dominance in Week 7 solidified his place in the MVP conversation. While quarterbacks often dominate that race, this year feels different. He's redefining what it means to be a modern running back, part runner, part receiver, part leader. Through 7 weeks, McCaffrey leads the league in scrimmage yards, touchdowns, and explosive plays. But beyond the stats, he's the emotional anchor of this 49ers team. Every time he steps on the field, the offense just feels more confident, more creative, more dangerous. His ability to make defenders miss, extend plays, and keep drives alive is exactly what separates good teams from great ones. And the 49ers are great when McCaffrey is at his best. Final thoughts. As the 49ers walk away from their Week 7 win, one truth stands above all. Christian McCaffrey is the MVP. He's not just carrying the ball, he's carrying a city's hopes, a franchise's legacy, and a team's dreams of another Super Bowl run. In a league filled with stars, McCaffrey shines brightest, not because of the headlines, but because of his relentless drive to be better every single play. If the 49ers continue this momentum, there's no question who'll be at the center of it all. Week 7 wasn't just another game. It was a reminder that greatness wears number 23 in red and gold.